Hi, everybody. It's Kristina Dennis, Transformational Self-Empowerment Master. I'm coming to you sans eye makeup on, maybe a little mascara in the cheeks, because today is the day I took my son to the psychiatrist. And I thought I'd still walk, and I don't know. I don't know why that's important to point out, except just to say that some days you just have to focus your energy on your loved ones and other things. And so how do I wrap this up into transformation and self-empowerment? Let me tell you, it's really hard to take your kid to a psychiatrist. It's really hard to take your 5, 10, 200-pound autistic child, I hate using the word autistic, he's living with autism, to the doctor by yourself. And I did. And so I want to have victory over that. But every time I immerse myself into that world, where we are discussing his limitations or discussing his frustrations, or just being out there where I have to park at a major hospital, walk with him, I feel like I get pulled back. And what I want to do with this pulling back is to be honest, so that the transformation, like an arrow when you get pulled back, can be sprung forward. And that's feels almost corny for me to say, to be honest with you. I want to be able to slough it off and say, it's just fine, or look at the positives, like, look, you never could have done that before and now you can. But frankly, it is hard sometimes. It's hard to go into the restroom with him, knock on the door, pull him back to sit down. He gets anxious going into the doctor's office. I'm anxious, so he's feeling that he's anxious. And it's just rough. I don't like looking at the differences. I'd rather look at the similarities. And, when I go to those kind of appointments, which thank goodness are not often, it's right smack in my face, reality, which is Billy struggles with, he struggles being in this world sometimes, or not being in this world, understanding it, or controlling himself outside of the areas that we have. And my job is to tell him he can, and to pass on courage, and to show a brave face, and to congratulate him, and to tell him the truth, that he'll make it through, and it's not going to be easy, but he'll still make it through if he keeps working. So, I wanted to come in here and have this beautiful, all together kind of, mom of a special needs inspiration. But the truth of the matter is I just get pissed. I get mad about what he has to go through. And I have to accept that too. If I'm going to preach about accepting myself completely and accepting him completely, I need to accept this part of what it is like to be a mom of a special needs child. To have the looks or the lack of compassion. And I'm lucky that I get to insulate myself with a lot of really wonderful people all the time. And Billy's lucky that he gets to be around really supportive people. But the days that we don't get that, where we have to go out into the world, it's difficult. It hurts. And so today was like that. And I need to go do some self-kind things for myself, or self-kind things, do some self-loving action. And I need to be gentle. And I just need to observe that these feelings of sadness are going to show up. That when you love somebody and you know that they're struggling and they have to struggle, and that it'll be lifelong, it's going to show up. So what a visit with a psychiatrist looks like when you have at least with my son, is that we go in, and today I had to have her sign paperwork for the government that basically discusses Billy's impairment. And I was reading it because she filled it out herself, and it said permanent. And I just want to be sad about that. And I'm trying to tell myself it's okay. He's so happy and he's so loved. And if it was something other than autism, and I knew for sure that, that he would be okay, I could accept it. But I mean, I will accept it. I do accept it. Accepting it doesn't mean that I'm okay with it. I don't know what I'm saying. Accepting it doesn't mean that I don't have pain about it. And so today was that day. And if I'm going to come in here and talk about all the great stuff and redirecting your thoughts, I've got to be authentic and genuine about the days that it's hard to redirect your thoughts. And right now, I'm just going to allow myself to be sad. And later on, I'm going to go be around some women who will lift me up. I'm going to take care of my body. I'm going to hug him a few more times. And tomorrow it'll be lifted because he is God's child. And God doesn't have any grandkids, and God's going to take care of him. So if you know mamas who have special needs children and you want to know what to do to help them, just be there. Just help them. If they need a doctor's appointment, they need to go to the doctors. I had a friend for years who went with me to the doctor's appointment every single time so I could listen to the doctor. I'm not in that position anymore. But just be there for them. I know people are well-meaning and they'll come up and say, Billy's so good and he's so happy and he's so lucky to have you. And I appreciate that. But I hope that the expectation that you may have on your friend is that she's just allowed to be human, and she's just allowed to be sad. And let's go with it. Let's not deny reality, which is it's hard. So the other thing I want to say is if you're a professional in the medical field and you have a chance to encounter somebody who is going through something, which I think pretty much 99% of the time you will tend to encounter somebody, maybe start with some kindness, just some gentleness and kindness and acknowledgement. I find it so strange that the people who go at least to the administrative side, that the nurses are great and doctors maybe not, I don't know, but dang it, if that front office staff couldn't be just a little more trained about being kind, it can make a lot of difference in a lot of people's lives. Just be there and say hello and look me in the eye, and don't turn to the side and talk to your coworker while I'm asking questions. It would make a big difference. I hope tomorrow is a little more upbeat. I see my friend Stacy's watching. I love you. You're so beautiful. And I wish I was coming to your Get Grateful retreat. One of these days I'm going to hop on a plane and get there. All right. Love you all. And I will for sure come in with a different message. But today is real, y'all. I am hurting and I want to preach what I want to do, what I teach, and I want to be authentic and accept me exactly as I am, because I know that transformation continues to happen when there's honesty and truthfulness. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.